we understand that there has been some frustration with the thing that's happening with the regen tokens,
Yeah.
where we'll be transferring them into credits.
Yes.
There is some very valid reasons for that. I just want to let people know why that is, and Derek's going to kind of explain that real quickly.
Sure.
Just because we want to let you know we're listening to you, but
there's reasons why.
In design, there's things we have to talk about to explain why that is. So
Sure.
Derek.
So generally, games that follow this structure, like MMOs, RPGs, anytime that a level cap is raised, they usually introduced a new regen token or currency.
Whatever they're calling the currency.
Yeah.
And to cut in real quickly, maybe we should have put this a little bit further because there is a new level cap of 30.
Oh,
So
jeez.
those of you who
I
haven't-
figured people already knew this.
A lot of people do, but there are probably some people on stream who don't. So there
Okay.
is a level cap of 30. Go ahead.
We'll present it later, too.
Yep.
Anytime that there is raising of the level cap, a new currency is usually introduced as well to take you from 20 to 30. Previously, our regen tokens would only take the player from level 1 to 20.
Right.
That was it. So that functionality didn't exist to take you from 20 to 30. And instead of us reintroducing another currency, so you would have to balance having your currency from 1 to 20 and then from 20 to 30, we decided to clear out regen tokens, and you'll still be getting them through rewards and whatnot, but to reward credits for what you had pre-existing. Now the new regen tokens will take you from 1 to 30,
Right.
so we don't introduce another currency.
And level 30 gives you a couple things,
More inventory slots.
And a new thing called augments.
which we'll get into shortly.
Ooh, we will.
So real quick, the augments are really neat. They're a whole new mechanic of the game. You can only get at level 30.
Yes.
At level 25, you receive 25 more inventory slots.
Augments is a whole new gear slot that opens up. Let's use Aquaman as an example. So you
Sure.
can see under abilities, it's augment. And when you get to level 30, you get a bunch of these. And they basically are new, really powerful X stats. Like you can see right here, increases the well, that's actually a gear bias one.
So
Here you go. Here's a great example. Damage increases by 10% when your health is below 25%. So
awesome.
Always happens.
yes, right. And that'll happen in every one of your matches. And they all have different pluses and minuses to them.
Like you can have increased defense, but your ability stat will go down.
Exactly. So you can strategize, like, if your ability is very, very high and your defense is low, you might want to use that one.
Right.
Or you can have damage from thrown environmental interactions increased by 10% if you're playing, Aquaman, a power character that's going to use a lot of interactables.
Absolutely.
Now, how does this work? So when you hit 30, you just get the unlocked augment section? And
Right. You unlock the augment section, and you unlock, 20 of them?
Yeah, I believe there's
a good amount, and there may be a secret too.
Ooh.
Now, can you switch these out as you go?
You can. They are just part of your loadouts. So you could have 5 different loadouts. You could say, I'm going to be using this loadout that has really low ability, so I'm going to use my gift that gives me 10% ability, and then another loadout where you have superior strength. You may even have even more strength, like you're really a strength loadout. So yeah, you can have 5 different loadouts.
So as we've always talked about, is like creating the character that you want to play. This even distills it down to a finer point.
Right, and there are even some that adjust the character bias. Like you can make it so that you do not get gear for that particular character.
Or you get gear for that
character.
particular character.
Right,
So when you're playing the multiverse too, like maybe there's a certain augment that's going to help you on against a certain character, against a certain tier of characters, that like
Exactly.
things like that. So that is how augments work. Very excited about that to kind of dig into those and stuff. And you said a secret too, huh?
There might be.
So there isn't.
There might be. The last time we made a definitive statement, we had that debacle with it.
So
All right.
we got some new epic sets. Every character has a new full epic set.
I think some is downplaying it.
Yeah.
I would describe it as a lot.
Oh, we're just going
So
straight
we're
in.
going to go with Blue
Going in.
Beetle and Green Arrow.
Let's take a moment to love that hood.
Now this is just one of the new Blue Beetle helmets.
Blue
And
Beetle, yeah.
Some of them are totally insectoid.
There's one that's just a straight up piece of bug.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's
It's
really awesome.
utterly bizarre in a great way.
So this is very exciting to me. My birthday was recently, and it was fun, right? Mm-hmm. This day is more important than my birthday.
Well, I think like any
this
day.
particular birthday
to
or
m-
your actual, the day you were born?
The day, I mean, this piece of gear here on his head is more important than my birth.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
if it wasn't for your birth, we wouldn't have Never mind.
That's a good
Moving
point.
right along.
If I wouldn't have been born, we never would have fly
gone
by the
into
gear.
this. Right.
Right. Good point. So here we go. Green Arrow now has a hood.
He now has a hood.
Woo! All right,
Man.
shut down the stream.
Let's
are
also not bury the lead. The
No.
actual new suit is awesome in my opinion too.
Oh, it's rad. We actually, so we kind of were arguing going back and forth what color to make it. We
Yes.
were like, we'll just go green because it's Green Arrow, but like in the Arsenal color, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so Green Arrow. I can't say it enough.
Green Arrow has a hood. Green Arrow has a hood. While we're here, let's just go ahead and go through the Multiverse Legendary Multiverse.
Yes.
Right? So yes, as everybody's asked for, the DLC characters have legendary multiverses.
Now this has been, I mean, as a person who watches Twitter a lot and writes down things that the fans are looking for,
Yes.
this is number one.
I can't tell you how many tweets we got for when's the DLC multiverses or legendaries. And so yes, starting when the patch comes out, these are available. And you'll notice even the Ninja Turtles have all individual ones because they have their own individual accessories.
And they even have their own individual lore that matches, like Donatello's working with Cyborg on signs and stuff.
Yeah, they're all very lore filled. And what we've also done here with the Legendary Multiverse is we've added in yet another event, okay? Now this additional event will take your previous Legendary, which was a level 20, and convert it into a level 30. Because you can't regen that, you have to earn a new piece of gear.
And what does it mean for level 30?
It's stronger. And what, Steve? That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was hoping you'd say like significant or something.
well, I mean, it's a better piece of gear for
Yes.
level 30 characters. And so you'll be earning this as well. So you'll be working towards getting all your characters up to level 30 and then getting their level 30 legendary gear as well.
Right.
And this extra fight will always be a boss fight.
Yes,
It'll
it
always
is.
be a boss fight for that particular character.
Correct, and it's nothing too chaotic. It's pretty straightforward boss fight. And then we'll go into also just the multiverse and some of the updates that we've done to here. Now you'll notice that the character multiverses over yonder, boop, now have, once it gets in there, now have additional events as well. You now have a mini boss. You also have the level 30 boss. And as I scroll through here, you'll see you're getting level 25 epics. You're getting epic gear all over the place, level 30 epics, and the objective rewards have been changed. Before we were giving you currency. Now we're making sure we're giving you even more epic gear, level 30, and of course the Platinum Mother boxes. And this is across all character multiverses. And
That's big. That's big.
And it's not a specific piece of gear every time for the objectives. It's a random piece. So previously, it would be you would always get this Batman chest for completing the objective rewards. Now you're getting a random epic piece, accessory, and torso, and all these other epics as you lead up to completing the objectives.
Right on.
And rewards as a whole across the multiverse have been increased. So even if you were to go into like the Sidekick multiverse, you'll notice that here we go. Here's some more epic gear that you're going to get, and epic gear throughout everything.
So like you spoke of earlier, when it came to like, you know, the regen token thing, we've actually rebalanced the way that the multiverse works to actually give you a lot more gear.
You're getting a lot more epic gear through everything you do in the game. Yes.
Right on.
So, and there's more boss fights. All the boss fights are now up to level 30. There's, I want to say, 80 new multiverse Earths. There's tons of new content that's being added in. There's still the shader events. There's the ability events. So there's a lot more stuff. So this weekend, we will be redoing the TV show multiverses. So the Supergirl, the Legends of Tomorrow, the Arrow, and Krypton. We just did Krypton, but we're doing it again. And the reason is we've changed all those rewards to being the new epic sets for these characters.
So when he says we're redoing them, well, yeah, we're rerunning them, but what they're getting is much better.
Yeah, you're getting new epic sets that are being added into the Legendary Edition.
Well, I wish there was a way
to see what they looked like, because there's some really cool... Oh, Flash is one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 of them. I don't...
If only Burke.
If only Burke could just click something to show us.
I don't know if he even...
That?
Oh, like that,
Yes.
Burke.
Oh, hey.
So the hood everybody wants, you can go straight to the Green Arrow multiverse or Arrow multiverse, and you too can have that hood, along with these other amazing new gear sets.
I really like the Brainiac one.
I like the
So
Brainiac,
different.
and I really do like the Flash when you put them in different like shaders and stuff like that. It's really really.
And these are only 3/4 shots, so like the full gear as they're standing is really amazing.
And so those will go live this weekend.
A lot about like MK9 frame data.
Okay, so here's Raiden. Look at Raiden.
All right,
Raiden looks
so
great.
Lord Raiden, you can see new gear, and now his legendary buffs his torpedo move.
You mean a Superman move?
Yeah, correct. It's Injustice, so it's Superman. Check this out. This is wild.
What?
He turns into this dragon, and it bites them.
You mean burn it?
Yeah, you can still meter burn it.
Whoop.
Now, Starfire's it's my personal favorite.
You're a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, she's amazing.
Starfire.
She's able to aim
Oh, she can direct the
her
beam
character
now.
power, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
It's super fun to do. And then you can meter burn it. It's a lot of fun. You can anti-air with it.
Boom. Yep. Oh. Okay, cool. There.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
it's a lot of fun.
What else do we have? What else cool stuff can we go through? Or is that the only ones you want to
Those
show?
are the two we set up. We don't
Okay.
want to spoil everything.
Right, because there's a lot more.
yeah.
I mean,
I'll say Dark Sides is a lot of fun.
Darkseid's is cool, yeah.
Yeah, Dark Side.
Duh.
I'll allow it.
I just, if there's not a YouTube clip of someone like spelling out their initials, I'll be disappointed.
And whatever that means,
Yeah.
you'll have to find out. Awesome.
There's-
Go ahead. Sorry.
There's also briefly, I wanted to address. A lot of people wondered, are we going to do balance changes in this? We are not. We're pretty happy with the state of the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a period where we just did one with Turtles, so we'd like to kind of see how tournaments go, see how online matches are going, and we're pretty satisfied. So we decided not to.
Well, you'll see a new option, which is
Learn.
Learn.
So I've been prototyping this for a while and been showing it to us, and it just keeps getting better and better and better.
Mad props to Bell Peppers and everybody involved in this because there's a lot of cool
Yeah.
things in here to help take players from being casual to being more confident going online.
This
right?
is by far the most comprehensive tutorial and learning system we've ever had in one of our games. I'm incredibly happy with this thing.
It's very exciting that because I get on Twitter sometimes and somebody will say this is impossible to deal with, and I'll
Yes.
look at it and be like, oh, that's easy. Like not being rude, but that's super punishable.
They just don't know. They just don't
know.
have the
Like,
information.
You have 5 minutes to do a combo after
Right.
that, but you don't know that, right? So this will help you with that. Steve, I'd like you to maybe just
Navigate through?
There's a ton of things you can do. Like just here on combat strategy, we have combat strategy. What's the difference between safe and unsafe? Go over to the next one. Knockdown and wake ups. Zoning, which people
And
have.
this will have lessons on how you should zone, how you would look for them to be jumping or dashing, and then how to deal with zoning.
I mean, because one of the biggest things we read on Twitter, which is actually, to be honest, a pet peeve of mine, is when people say that people who zone are spamming.
Right.
Because truthfully, there's ways around that sort of thing.
Right.
And once you learn it, sometimes those people who are spamming are actually at disadvantage.
Right. And a perfect example would be in the pressure section. I'm sure everyone's heard of frame traps. What does that mean? What exactly is a frame trap? You play the Learning Hub, and you will find out. And we're going to give you a few examples, have you do it, and there might be some rewards for it.
There are really good rewards. There's not a might. There are really, really good rewards.
I'm going to
with
sign
it.
off on that. You will get some really cool Batman gear and mother boxes.
Yep.
Okay.
What was I not supposed to say? It's Batman.
No.
gear?
I mean, you get more stuff, but continue. Let's move on.
Okay.
So I say we're not going to go through all of these because, I mean, it is a time where you will
Yeah.
a lot to go through. So let's hit one of them.
Hit it.
You want to do zoning?
Let's do block pressure.
Okay.
Loading. Anybody else want to sing the loading song?
Nope. Is that officially the loading song?
I could expand on
I
that.
feel like you doing that made the load time longer.
So here we go. So people who may be watching on their phones or something, I was going to read it to them.
Oh,
Well, it's
One of the best ways to create pressure is with block advantage. Since your character is able to recover first, you have block advantage. The start of your attacks have a head start. For example, Firestorm's fusion charge startup is 8. Startup 8 is faster than Batman's Hammer Fist startup of 10. But Batman's slower attack can consistently interrupt the faster attack if it is performed immediately after Firestorm blocks Batman's Tumbler. Block advantage of 7.
right. And this, you previously played a frame data one, which would show what all that means. You're like, startup? What?
Yeah.
What?
That'll explain that.
Sure.
So then it's going to have me actually do this lesson. And you
And-
can see, well, got a hit trait. There you go. So even though Firestorm's attack was faster, Batman beat it out because Batman's forward 3 is plus on block, which will be explained.
Maybe we went in the wrong order here, but the great thing is the team was able to create sort of building blocks of what you know.
Exactly.
Like, so you'll learn something, you'll use it in that thing, and then you'll use it more the next time.
Yes.
You'll use those two more the next time. So it's really building up into
It's
a
a
pyramid
building
of
foundation.
power,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
We'll call it the pyramid of power.
Pyramid of power.
Right.
But more importantly, the pyramid of knowledge, because knowledge is power. As Raiden said, there is no knowledge that is not power.
It's true.
There's also a food pyramid. Should we talk about that?
I
Or
don't
no?
think we need
I
to.
follow it. Look at me.
This technique becomes more effective and easier to execute when you use a faster attack after you have frame advantage.
And then that's going to go into what a frame trap is. And
Right. So let's go do this real quick.
Also, if you notice, or you can advance. In the left-hand corner, there's a controller that will actually demo the attacks as well for you. So if you just press that little view demo,
So this is how it should look.
yep, that's how
and
it
that'll
should
show
look.
you the timing, the exact inputs.
Yep. Bam.
There you go.
Success.
Your Batman stopped here.
Oh yeah.
First try.
This scene is lucky I chose to play Catwoman.
Right. Let's show another one real quick. Is there another one you want to look at?
Like not in frame data?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try. What do you want to try? Zoning?
Yeah, let's do zoning.
Okay.
And like we said, there is just
And also, we haven't pointed it out. Completing these missions and whatnot. Also, you're being rewarded source crystals. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's like you see the little checkbox, and you'll also get the mother box. But then you're also getting source crystals for learning as well.
Yep.
And it's a good amount of source crystals by the time you've completed this.
certain characters excel at long range combat and zoning. These kinds of opponents will attempt to keep you at a distance and maintain an advantage. But you have several options to close the gap and gain the upper hand. Though necessary at times, you want to minimize the number of projectile attacks that you block.
Reading's the worst.
Each block projectile means the opponent is building more meter than you, dealing a small amount of block damage and pushing you back slightly. Several block projectiles can be just as successful, I got this, boys, as a single successful hit. I'm done reading.
So essentially, it's explaining why you actually don't want to just block his high shots. Because you can see the block damage that you're taking. Instead of blocking, try evading the opponent's attacks at range. Most projectile attacks are also high attacks, which means you can safely duck under them without taking any damage. And then you'll get the lesson on why it'd be more efficient to actually duck it.